While being in Germany had changed me, nothing had changed at home. Sbu and I resumed our relationship as soon as I returned. We picked up where we had left off. We were still madly in love with each other. We were happy to be in the same country. Now we could see each other almost every day at work. The same old rules still applied with Ma too. I couldn't go anywhere without Ma's knowledge and approval. The only places I could go freely were work, school, and church. There were no casual dates with friends or co-workers. It didn't matter to Ma that I had spent a year in Germany living on my own. It didn't matter that I was now the breadwinner. It didn't matter that I was 22 years old. I still was not allowed to have a boyfriend, so there were no sleepovers. As a result, Sbu and I had to plan our time together around these rigid restrictions. However, Sbu was very understanding and supportive. It was emotionally hard on us both, but we knew our bond and love for each other was worth more than this. We were still committed to one another. We loved each other. One of the first targets I had set for myself when I was back home was to return to studies. I wanted to get a postgraduate qualification in marketing, and while I was in Germany, I enrolled for a 1-year research module at NMU, and that required attending class once a week on Wednesdays. I lied to Ma and told her I had to attend school twice a week. This meant I could spend Thursday evenings with Sbu. In addition to our Thursday rendezvous, I made up week-long work trips. I had to be strategic about those, though. I couldn't go on work trips every month. I feared Ma would figure out I was lying. I planned for them every second month, but even then, she didn't believe me. She once threatened to go to my work and query these trips. She started backing off a little when I started producing fake flight e-tickets and accommodation bookings. I had to, else I wouldn't have been able to see my man. Sbu was aware of everything that was happening. I hated lying, but what else could I do? This was my mom, and she wasn't going to budge. While things at home were stagnant, things at work had changed. While I was in Germany, my previous events coordinator job had been assigned to someone else. With the experience I had gained, I was appointed into a new position as a market researcher. A part of me missed my former portfolio. It had been easy. I could do it in my sleep. All I had to worry about was my marketing stock and how much of it I needed for an upcoming event. There was no real science behind it or strategic decisions required. However, the internship in Hanover made me realize that if I wanted to climb the corporate ladder, I would have to rebrand myself. That meant my role had to change and people needed to see me differently. I had to present myself as an asset, someone who was indispensable. And that's what the new market research portfolio represented. Supporting the management team with its plans, my role included providing detailed reports pertaining to each African country. What was its population? What percentage of the population was educated? How advanced was its technology? Were the roads developed? Was the country politically and economically stable? Considering all these factors, I needed to provide a close estimate of what Continental's market value would be if they had to enter that market. Some of the framework was already available, but I had to constantly update the information. With the new job came a revised salary. My gross was 15,000 Rand a month. After deductions, I took home 10,000 Rands, still well below my expectations. I had hoped my international experience would provide motivation to at least double my salary. But, alas, I still didn't dispute anything. I just accepted the offer. I was happy with my new role and worked closely with Robert.